Good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about the problem of deficient demand. So, in simple terms, deficient demand means demand is less than the aggregate supply. So, here aggregate supply and aggregate demand both meet at a point. That point is called equilibrium. So, here that equilibrium, what does it refer? It refers to the full employment. Okay, so there is full employment in the economy, but sometimes the demand will be less than the full employment. That situation only is named as deficient demand. So that situation only now we are going to discuss how to measure that. So that measurement of deficient demand also we discussed yesterday. So to draw the deficient demand diagram, national income you have to draw in the x-axis and aggregate demand in the y-axis. So to determine equilibrium, you have to draw aggregate supply curve. So which is aggregate supply curve? 45-degree angle is the aggregate supply curve. And the blue color line shows the aggregate demand, that is full employment aggregate demand. So that is the full employment. You have the resources, that much of resources. So that equilibrium where the aggregate supply and aggregate demand meets is the equilibrium. But the planned expenditure and planned aggregate demand both are the same. So who will plan? The consumers, investors, government and export. So these all are, there is a reduction in the planned expenditure. That's why we get deficient demand. So the gap between the equilibrium and the aggregate demand, planned aggregate demand, that gap is called deficient demand, which is otherwise known as deflationary gap. That we will see later. Next, we have discussed the causes of deficient demand also. Why this deficient demand happens? There are main 6 reasons for this. The reasons are, there are reduction in 4 things. What are they? Reduction in consumption, reduction in investment expenditure, reduction in government expenditure, decline in exports, rise in imports. So 4 things actually reduces, whereas imports and tax rate alone increases. So because of all these 6 reasons, the deficient demand arises. Okay, so till this we discussed yesterday. Now we are going to discuss if this happens, whether deficient demand is good for the economy. No, both deficient demand as well as excess demand are not good for the economy. So what are the consequences will happen once there is deficient demand? That consequences only we are going to discuss in this now. The first problem faced by the economy is underemployment equilibrium. So what is underemployment equilibrium means? The equilibrium where aggregate demand, aggregate supply meets is the fuller utilization of full employment equilibrium. See in the diagram, you just check this diagram. In this diagram, there are 2 equilibrium. One is E, the other one is Q. E equilibrium already we discussed. Okay, that is full employment equilibrium. You just check out the equilibrium at Q. That is the point of underemployment equilibrium. See, in both the places also demand and supply intersects. Whenever demand and supply intersects, that we have to name it as equilibrium. Okay, so E is the full employment equilibrium. When there is deficient demand, the equilibrium reduces. So because of this, what will happen? That only we are going to see. So in the previous diagram, there is no much difference between that diagram and this diagram. Same diagram, but here you are marking underemployment equilibrium extra. There you marked only the deficient demand. That you should note. So here deficient demand is given in EF. Just check EF, they mark deficient demand. Because of the deficiency of demand, equilibrium is struck at point Q, where ADP line intersects 45-degree AS line. This is the underemployment equilibrium. So where is point Q? Check out in the diagram. So at this point Q, what happens? The equilibrium is struck at point Q where aggregate, that is planned aggregate demand, intersects the which one? Aggregate supply, that is 45-degree line. This is the underemployment equilibrium. So here equilibrium GDP is given in ON. So you check in the diagram where is ON. So that is the equilibrium. ON is the equilibrium GDP. So here ON actually is less than OM. So OM is full employment equilibrium, ON is underemployment equilibrium. Since ON is less than OM, we name it as underemployed equilibrium. Okay. So underemployment means, what is the meaning in general means, you may get job, but you may not get the amount of salary as you expected. The level of amount of salary will be less as compared to the expected one. That is the meaning of underemployment. So underemployment, the other name, can name it as disguised unemployment, underemployment. So these concepts are the same. So disguised unemployment only we can name it as underemployment. So the next problem faced because of deficient demand is deflationary gap. So the deficient demand and deflationary gap are one and the same. Only the name differs. Due to the deficient demand, what happens? Consequences means deflationary gap. Okay, the same diagram you should draw to denote the deflationary gap. So deficiency demand creates deflationary gap in the economy. It is a situation when lack of demand leads to deflationary pressures in the economy. That is, here the main problem because of deflationary gap is inducement to invest. Invest is hurt. Inducement means what? If you have more profit, your investment will increase. That is the meaning of induced investment. So we learned already in the previous chapter about autonomous investment and induced investment. So in autonomous investment, either whether the national income increases or decreases, the investment will be happening. Whereas here induced investment means only if the level of national income increases, the induced investment will be increasing. Here, due to the deficient demand, what happens? The investment, induced investment is hurt, means it is reduced. They won't invest because there is no profit. So profit reduces, so the induced investment also will be reduced. Low investment leads to low output. If there is no investment, what does it mean? There is no production. If no production, no output. If no production, employment opportunities also will not be there. So income also will be reduced. If income reduced, whether we will consume more or consume less, we will consume less. So demand also less once again. So this will be like a deflationary spiral. So spiral means due to this reason, this happens again and again. Okay. So first, actually because of deficient demand only, investment reduces. If investment reduces, output reduces, income reduces and demand reduces. Again this happens like a circle. So deflationary spiral means like a circle, again and again the same problem will happen. Or low level equilibrium trap. So low level equilibrium trap, this is very important concept. The another name for deflationary spiral is low level equilibrium trap. Okay, so like underemployment equilibrium. So this is also another term used, low level equilibrium trap. Okay, so this is what deflationary gap. You look at the picture now. How to measure the deflationary gap? As I said, deflationary gap and deficiency of aggregate demand both are same. So the diagram also same. The same diagram which you have discussed for deficient demand only are going to draw here also. So you should remember deficient demand and deflationary gap are one and the same. Next, third consequences due to the deficient demand is undesired stock. So as I said, if you go on produce, what will happen? So if just go on produce, the stock will be more, but there is no demand. So due to deficient demand, nobody is visiting your shop, so there will not be any demand at all, so you are not at all selling, just you are keeping as a stock. So what will happen, you have to pile up the stock. Pile up means you should go on keep the stock more and more. So it may be outdated, obsolete it may happen. So these are the problems because of overproduction or when there is no demand. See, in a situation of low aggregate demand, producers are not able to sell as all that they plan to sell. Okay, they would have planned to sell more, but there's no demand, so they couldn't sell. Accordingly, undesired stock tend to pile up. Pile up means just like a stock. Okay, we'll go on keep one after the other. So how the example of a pile means you can piling up of notebooks. Okay, like that here stocks are piled up. Clearance of undesired stock often lead to, so because of this undesired stock, what are the problems will face means fall in price. So they have to reduce the price, only then they can clear the stock, otherwise no one will purchase. So even the minimum profit the producer will not be able to earn. And fall in planned output for the year ahead, and the output also will reduce. Once output reduces, you know very well, so what are the problems the economy will face. If output reduces, income reduces. If income reduces, again demand reduces. So like deflationary spiral, it will happen. So here also they said the same. So both these factors contribute to deflationary spiral. Okay, so the last reason is loss of profits. Okay, so because you are selling the goods for the minimum cost. Okay, so profit will be less. Sometimes it may lead to loss totally. So deficiency of aggregate demand causes loss of profit. Here loss of profit refers to reduction in the profit, and it may lead to total loss also. Both situation also can happen. So this happens because producers are not able to clear their stock, and undesired stocks lead to price crash. Price crash means the fall in price, okay, to the lowest. You can clear the stock only if you sell at the lowest cost. So these are the problems due to deficient demand. So briefly, deficiency of demand hurts business expectation. Low business expectation lead to low investment, low level of income and employment. Okay, so each and everything are related. So once investment is more only, everything will increase. Here everything is low when compared to the full employment, everything is low. So overall, the level of economic activity reduces and the economy is caught in a low level equilibrium trap. So low level equilibrium trap means underemployment, where low demand leads to low income leads to low demand. So this will go on happen like a deflationary spiral. Hope you understood today's concept. If you have doubts, please clarify. With doubts, you don't proceed the same. Thank you. Have a great day.